On the last press roundup, we exposed Keith Vaz and his aspirations to the House of Lords. Vaz is accused of trying to influence lawyers dealing with his friend, a convicted fraudster, Dr. Sharok Miras-Kandari, who was also a Labour donor. Looks like Keith must wait a bit longer for his knighthood or his peerage. Dr. Miras-Kandari is also representing some high-profile police officers in their cases against Scotland Yard. And what of Harriet Harman? The stab vest-wearing Deputy PM has now updated what constitutes murder, surprising all the experts. The partial defence of being seriously wronged could apply when, say, a rape victim is taunted by the attacker at a later date, but not, for instance, to a man who discovers his wife having an affair and kills her in a fit of what ministers deem sexual jealousy. Opinion says Miss Harman has got this seriously wrong herself. On a full page in the Daily Mail, Erin Pizzi, a one-time champion of women's rights, says Harman has an aggressively feminist agenda that treats men as second class. And the Mail's own editorial says, can it be safe to let this deranged feminist loose on the law of the land? Meanwhile, Ken Livingstone says he's coming back, and this after a scandal about his old friend's severance pay from City Hall. Normally, staff on fixed-term contracts must leave when the mayor goes, but Ken changed the rules for 8 of his cronies who now get a £1.6 million payoff. Ken's a generous man, especially with public money. London's Evening Standard described his time in office as a merry-go-round of excess, but Ken promised his faithful followers at a grand dinner in Covent Garden that he'll stand again in 2012. Hazel Blears, the fun-loving community secretary, wants to encourage people to vote. Incentives range from a plasma screen to a donut. Prizes for voters have been tried in California, and Hazel thinks that it'll work here. Hell-bent on wasting money, says the Daily Mail. And who says New Labour doesn't have a sense of humour? The problem is, who is the joke on? Lies, damned lies and crime figures, say all the national dailies. Yes, it's Jackie Smith again, telling us that serious crime is reducing. Strange when everyone's perception says crime is soaring. In London there were 7,500 knife attacks in 12 months, so not to worry then. Also, it's official, most young knife suspects are black, says Scotland Yard. About 59% of black Caribbean children and 54% of mixed-race children are looked after by a lone parent. With the white population, the figure is 22%. According to the Daily Mail, after all New Labour's manipulated statistics, the truth will out, and the British National Party couldn't agree more. In the next Press and Media Roundup, BNP TV looks at the leaking of the party's outdated membership list and examines the arrest and detention of 13 Liverpool activists for distributing the Racism Cuts Both Ways pamphlet. They all received written apologies from the police and were released without charge. 2 councillors in Burnley were similarly arrested in dawn raids and also released without charge. These matters were met with strongly supported British National Party events in each area and led to headlines such as these in the national press. The full BNP TV Press and Media Roundup will appear in January's edition of FSID as well as the website, titled Media Schizophrenia.